everybody, it's me, Nina. This church that you see in front of us has donated some boxes. My husband and our church has started a food pantry called the Bread of Life, and we were in need of boxes. My husband's called around and asked a lot of people, and we're having trouble finding boxes to fit the food in, and so we'll probably have to end up purchasing them. But this church was kind enough to give us, how many did they donate?
Altogether, probably 70 or so.
Oh, that's perfect. Because I think that you guys were going to stop at 50 for the first gift.
Yeah, we got 45 big ones, and then I think another 30 or 40, I don't know, small ones.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ask you some questions in case there's ever anybody on YouTube wanting to find out how to start a food pantry, because I know when we went online looking for ways to start one and to ask questions, there was hardly nothing available. So maybe we can put this on under the subject of starting a food pantry and help somebody else out. All right, let me know how you decided to come about wanting to start this food pantry.
Well, I had it on my mind for about 3 or 4 years of helping people, wanting to help people, and I know there's a lot of needy families out there that don't make a lot of money and they need help with buying food and stuff. So I had it on my mind, and so I talked to our pastor at our church about four months ago or 3 months ago, and he thought it was a really good idea. And so I started going with it and getting stuff done, contacting people and places to help, and it took off.
I think one of the things that, if I remember correctly, you were concerned about people that worked, but yet after paying their bills and having gas and for work the next week, they were running short and weren't having quite enough food to last them. So was that one of the thoughts that you had?
Yeah, because there's an area in the town where we're doing this that the average income is just slightly over $21,000 a year. So I know they don't have a lot of money for food and stuff, so this will help them out to be able to eat and for the kids to have food.
Okay, this is also going to be for people that are on the food card, right, where they get help from the government. They can still come out and get a food box?
Yeah.
Okay, how often are you planning on giving these?
We're doing it 4 times a year: February, May, August, and November.
All right, can I ask about how much it's going to cost for one box?
It'll be around $25 per box of food. There's going to be peanut butter and jelly, cans of corn, cans of green beans, spaghetti sauce. I've got a whole list of stuff that we're going to get, cereal and stuff like that, brownie mix, stuff like that we're going to give to the families and for the kids and stuff.
How about the non-taxable things?
Yes, we're going to put in a 4-pack of toilet paper and a roll of paper towels.
Okay, that's
that
good.
They can't buy with the food card.
Okay. Now, how are you going about getting the word out?
I have hung some flyers up at a couple of the other food pantries in the town, and I'm in the process of getting prices to get postcards made up that will be mailed out just to that certain area of the low-income people.
Now, how'd you hear about that?
The guy at church told me about that, said somebody had told him about doing it, and so I talked to the post office and the postmaster there, and they said they could do that. So I went to a printer in that town. They're the ones that's actually getting the postcards made up, and I gotta find out what they'll look like and how much for them and stuff, and then we can take them to the post office, and the post office will send them out for us.
Okay, that's really neat. I'd never heard of that before. Now, how many are you doing per month? Do you have any idea?
The food boxes?
Yeah.
We're starting off with 50 this month because it's the first one, so we're trial and error. So we're just going to do 50, first come, first serve. And then if we have a bunch more in November, we will bump it up to maybe 100 or more. But if we don't, then we can do less. It just depends on how this first one goes, on how many we do the rest of the times.
Okay, now is there going to be any type of registration needed or ID needed to be able to get this box?
Yeah, we will have a form for them to sign out. They will need a proof of residency in that town because we want to keep it just for that area. And so they will have a form to fill out with their address and stuff and how many members are in the household, kids and stuff like that. And then they will have an area where it says that they will not sell the food or trade it for drugs or anything. And if we find out that they are, then we won't allow them to receive anymore.
Okay.
Because this is to help needy, for the kids to eat, not for them to trade it for drugs.
Right. All right, is there anything else that you can think of that would help someone if they were wanting to start something like this for either their, it doesn't have to be just a church. If you have a club that you're a member of or whatever, there's a need out there. I know in our area very heavily for food, and there's also so many drugs nowadays that we're under the impression that sometimes the parents are actually selling their food card for cash. Now I don't have proof of that. It's just what we've heard through the grapevine. And we're wanting to make sure at least the children are getting fed. But is there any information other than what we've discussed that might help someone become to starting something like this?
Not really that I can think of. I mean, I prayed about it, like I said, for 3 or 4 years. God put it on my heart to do this. And then after I talked to the pastor and we got it going. And
okay, can you kind of just walk us through from start to where you are now, since it's just about ready? Now, go ahead and walk us through there, and then maybe we'll discuss it. Well, maybe I should ask that first. Are the boxes going to be made up, or are they made for how many is in the family?
The boxes are already going to be pre-made, and each family will get the same stuff in each box. Every box will contain the same items.
Okay, so it really doesn't matter then if there is several to the family. They're not going to get 2 or 3 more items more.
No.
Okay. I know some food banks can do that, but with just starting out,
yeah.
Okay, I understand that part. So kind of lead us through what you've had to do as far as some of the phone calls and some of the things that you have to do, just like in an order.
Well, first of all, I talked to the pastor and we got it going, and then I went to a grocery store in the town and talked to the manager there. They are going to help us out. I will take him a list about a week before we need the food, and he will order it all for us, and then we'll just go pick it up and pay for it. And then I've talked to another box company, and they're getting prices for boxes for us for the next time, so that we can have a supply of boxes for each time that we do it. And I've talked to, like I said, the printers about getting the postcards, getting them out, and to the post office about mailing them. And so the next step is just to be able to order the food, get it paid for, and get everything done.
All right, one last question that I thought of. How about supplying this? Are people donating food, or are they donating money, or is the church paying for it?
People are donating money to go through to just this. The church might, until we can get it really going, the church might have to kick in a little bit, but we've done really good with people donating money. And then I will, like I said, I'll go to the grocery store and give them the list, and then just pay for all the groceries at one time, take them back to the church, box them up the day before we're going to pass them out, and then go from there.
So you're taking volunteers then to help you box things up?
Yes.
Through the church? Okay.
Volunteers to box stuff up, volunteers to help pass them out that day.
Oh, I do have one more question now. Our church that we attend, the driveway is large, and we have a, even if it would be raining, we have a pavilion that they could pull underneath. Now, are they going to have to get out of their cars then, or can they just stay in the cars and it will be loaded for them?
Yes, they will stay in their cars, and we will just bring the boxes out and load it in the car for them.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for answering our questions, and I hope that this might help someone, because like I said, you know, we've checked in the past and couldn't find hardly anything about starting a food pantry, and they have chosen the name The Bread of Life. So just want to thank you guys again, and I hope you've enjoyed the little ride here in Northern Ohio. God bless you all.